was traveling by the swamp.
Well, that would be your mistake, then. Why wouldn't you travel by main road?
It's hard to make a living on main roads.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 TV shows that are carried by one character.
Steve, what do you want? Only to serve you, milady.
For this list, we'll be looking at television series with a lead character whose memorable performance not only drives the plot forward, but also almost outshines the show itself. Some of these programs are still airing, so beware of spoilers. Did we miss a show with an unforgettable character? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett. This show gave Star Wars fans what they had been waiting for decades, a story all about their favourite bounty hunter from the original film trilogy.
The dreams are back.
Time to go.
And since Boba earlier guest starred in The Mandalorian Season 2, it only made sense that Mando would return the favour.
Your boss is dead. I'm here to collect on his bounty.
When he did, he brought his unique talent for fighting, for being deadpan, and his devotion to everyone's favourite child, Grogu. Even though Mando only appeared in the last few episodes of the season, it was plenty of time to remind us all why we love the new Star Wars era so much, and why we can't wait for The Mandalorian Season 3.
That's what the town wants.
I agree to their terms.
Number 9, Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli, Happy Days. This long-running sitcom set in the 1950s American Midwest was never originally intended to focus on Arthur Fonzie Fonzarelli, but the fans want what they want.
I'm gonna teach you the secret of being tough.
Wow, you don't think I could ever
Hey, who told you to talk?
I'm sorry, Fonz.
The shows ultimately shifted from being centered around the trials and tribulations of the more naive Richie Cunningham to Fonzie, with his effortlessly cool attitude, natural luck with the ladies, and possibly magical abilities.
Saturday night, stock car race. Be there.
Making Fonzie the new star propelled the show to 11 seasons, and audiences tuned in week after week to see what antics the Fonz would get up to.
This Sunday, I, the Fonz, am getting married.
Let's face it, how many characters are recognisable by just one hand gesture? Number 8, Geralt of Rivia, The Witcher. This Netflix adaptation of the hit fantasy book series has plenty of compelling characters, but the titular Witcher, played by Superman himself, Henry Cavill, has a particular talent for commanding a room, even with just a grunt.
But a promise made must be honored. That's true for a commoner, as it is for a queen.
Geralt is an exceptionally skilled monster hunter with a short temper, but he balances it with a commitment to his duty and loyalty to the few people he's close to.
Now, stop your boorish grunts of protest. It is one night bodyguarding your very best friend in the whole wide world. How hard could it be?
Whether he's bantering with Jaskier, acting as a father figure to Ciri, or maintaining his volatile relationship with Yennefer, Geralt embodies the strong silent type that is a favourite for a reason.
The girl. Yours?
Mine.
Number 7, Alicia Florrick, The Good Wife. We all love an underdog story, especially when it's also a story of coming through a toxic relationship even stronger.
So, Will speaks highly of you. He says you graduated top of your class at Georgetown. When was this?
15 years ago.
Juliana Margulies stars as Alicia Florrick, the wife of a disgraced state attorney who goes back to her own law career to support her family and assert her independence from her husband's scandal.
You will shut up or be held in contempt.
Then hold me in contempt, and I will refer this to the Judicial Conduct Committee for immediate action.
Alicia's keen legal mind, dedication to her clients, and effortlessly cool demeanour make her a natural at her job and propels her back up the corporate ladder. Despite obstacle after obstacle being thrown at her, whether personal or professional, Alicia has audiences rooting for her until the very end.
It's over. Peter's taking the plea. My daughter is going to school, and I I need to see you.
Number 6, Regina Mills / Evil Queen, Once Upon a Time. Regina is a perfect example of why villains often have, and are, more fun.
In order for something to grow, Miss Swan, it needs roots. And you don't have any. People don't change, they only fool themselves into believing they can.
Much like a classic Disney villain, she has a tragic backstory that made her guarded and bitter, and she delights in coming up with schemes that manipulate the protagonists in Storybrooke to do her will.
The queen is dead. Long live the evil queen.
However, not every villain has quite the character arc as Regina does. She didn't stay evil forever, but instead came to realize that she appreciated the relationships she developed with other characters, like her adopted son Henry and even Snow White herself. How many villains with evil in their title name end up being named good by the end of the story? That's called growth.
The Good Queen. Long may she reign.
Number 5, Daryl Dixon, The Walking Dead. Rick Grimes may have technically been the lead of this post-apocalyptic zombie show, but we all continued watching it for Daryl Dixon.
I'm tracking this deer for miles. I'll drag it back to camp. Cook us up some venison. What do you think?
From the moment he came on screen, the husky-voiced, crossbow-wielding survivor was one of the main reasons we were so riveted. For a character that didn't even originate from the comic series the TV show is based on, that's quite a feat.
Do what you want. I'm gonna get him.
Daryl, wait, hands off me! You can't stop me!
I don't blame you.
He started out as more of a stereotypical tough guy, fueled by a traumatic past. But as the show went on, he made deep connections with the other survivors, and came to consider them his found family. No matter how many setbacks our survivors experience over the years, Daryl remains resolved to keep going and help keep his friends going. If he doesn't make it to the end, we riot. Though news of a Daryl spin-off keeps us hopeful.
You got a point? We're just chatting.
My point. It lets you off the hook. You don't owe us anything.
All the plans fell through.
Number 4, The Doctor, Doctor Who. Though there have been over a dozen iterations of the Doctor since it premiered in the 1960s, we can always count on every version to whisk unsuspecting companions off to adventure with a catchphrase and their iconic screwdriver.
The point is not whether you understand. What is going to happen to you?
Regardless of which portrayal is the viewer's favourite, the Doctor is always fearless about plunging into the unknown to defend the universe, and maybe meet an iconic character from history. The time travel and science fiction aspects could have made the show entertaining enough on its own, but the unique spin each starring Doctor puts on their era lets fans treat each regeneration almost like a whole new show.
I thought you were just a useless gadget. I thought you were just an embarrassing present from a dull godmother with 2 heads and bad breath.
Number 3, Sheldon Cooper, The Big Bang Theory. On a show about characters testing the limits of nerdiness, the far and away winner is Sheldon Cooper.
I can't comment without violating our agreement that I not criticize your work.
His obsessive habits, dedication to geek culture, and obliviousness to social cues not only make him the most memorable on The Big Bang Theory, but also one of the most memorable characters in TV history.
Leonard.
He has a signature knock and a signature catchphrase. Even though Sheldon does evolve throughout the sitcom to become a bit more socially adept and even eventually gets married, what we all watch for is how he drives his friends crazy.
Bazinga!
Number 2, The Penguin / Oswald Cobblepot, Gotham. Joker who? In the world of Gotham, Oswald Cobblepot is the main villain we all love to fear.
I will come back to Gotham under a different name, and I will work my way into the Maroney family, and I will snitch for you.
He didn't start out that way though. He began as a more minor character and crony for Fish Mooney, but his talent for painstakingly manipulating events in the criminal underworld helps him quickly establish himself as the King of Gotham by season 2.
The answer is yes. Your wish is granted.
His not-so-slightly deranged personality and penchant for violence to get what he wants only grows as the show goes on. In a city ruled by the bad guys, Penguin is not only incredibly dangerous, but also incredibly compelling to watch.
It has become woefully apparent that you are outmanned, outgunned, and out of options.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Steve Urkel, Family Matters. The style, the glasses, the unmistakable voice. Once you've seen Steve Urkel, you're not likely to forget him anytime soon.
Hi, Laura. I hear you can't get a date for the dance.
The character was intended to be just a guest star on the sitcom Family Matters, but Jaleel White's unforgettable performance as the Winslow family's next-door neighbour quickly caught the attention of audiences, and he became a regular. His unique physical comedy combined with a propensity for getting into ridiculous scrapes meant we were in for a wild ride in every episode.
Get back!
Get back!
Look out, dude on the loose!
Look out, dude on the loose!
Stefan Urkel may have had a smoother, more traditional personality, but we all missed the original version when he wasn't around. And can any of us say, "Did I do that?" in a voice other than Urkel's?
Don't fret, my pet. What could go wrong? Did I do that?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.